Barcelona is the capital of Catalonia and the second largest city in Spain, but above all it is the city of Gaudi. Original architecture, beautiful beaches, extraordinary parks and warm-hearted people. Learn about the most interesting places and monuments of Barcelona. You can start your tour of Barcelona with the city's most recognizable attraction, Sagrada Familia, the Holy Family Basilica. Construction of this impressive temple began in 1883. The work is still in progress and the completion date is unknown. Some say it is expected to be finished in 2026. Sagrada Familia evokes all sorts of feelings. Some are delighted and others consider it kitsch, but no one remains indifferent. Gaudi worked on his greatest work for many years, until his tragic death in 1926. During the Spanish Civil War in 1936, some of the plans were destroyed, and since then the basilica has been built according to the concepts of at least a dozen of architects. The building is huge, its towers are 100 meters high and each element has a well-conceived symbolism. The temple is extremely popular with tourists, hence the queues to get in are huge. You can avoid them by buying your ticket online. For sightseeing, rather choose the morning hours when there are fewer tourists and arrive on time, because you will not be allowed in if you are late. This is a sacred place, so be sure to dress appropriately. Photos can be taken but not during services. Visiting the temple will take you about 2 to 3 hours. For an additional fee, you can climb the towers, which offer a great view of Barcelona. From Sagrada Familia, you are close to the district where other works by Gaudi can be seen. On Passeig de Gràcia Street, there is Casa Batlló and La Pedrera, also known as Casa Mila. Casa Calvet can also be found nearby. These houses, designed by the brilliant architect, are characterized by wavy lines. In some buildings there are no straight lines at all. Instead, there are lots of ornamental architectural details with natural themes, decorative woodwork, colorful mosaics, and all these is grounded in Catalan traditions. Each building has a different theme. You'll only see Casa Calvet from the outside, but you can enter Casa Batlló and Casa Mila. There you will see how the wealthy residents of Barcelona lived at the turn of the 19th and 20th centuries. Passeig de Gràcia Street is Barcelona's most expensive and lavish street, sort of Barcelona's Champs-Élysées. Apart from Gaudi's houses, you'll see many beautiful Art Nouveau tenement houses, examples of Catalan modernism, unique lanterns and plenty of luxury boutiques. You don't have to take notes. We have included all the practical info in the description below the video. That's where you can also find links with accommodation, tickets to attractions and tips on how to pay abroad so as not to overpay on currency conversions. Wandering down the Passeig de Gràcia Street will bring you to the Plaza de Catalunya. Surrounded by greenery, the square is a place for gatherings and important events and will delight you with its many sculptures and charming cafes. The Catalan Square is also an important communication hub for the subway and buses. Near the square there is the oldest part of Barcelona, the Gothic Quarter, in Catalan Barri Gòtic. While strolling through the narrow streets of this district you will encounter many buildings that remember the Middle Ages. Here you will also find traces of the Roman Empire, including a Roman cemetery with well-preserved graves or the ruins of the Temple of Augustus. The most important monuments of the district include the Cathedral of Saint Eulalia, the patron saint of Barcelona. This mighty church was built on the ruins of a Roman temple in 1298 and was not completed until 1448. It is one of the most valuable monuments of Gothic art in Spain. The interior of the cathedral is full of magnificent works of art. Among the most valuable is the Gothic alabaster sarcophagus of the temple patron, which is located in the crypt under the main altar. The cloisters that lead to the beautifully maintained garden are truly impressive. In the garden you will come across white geese that commemorate Saint Eulalia. There are 13 of them because that's how old Eulalia was when she was executed. If you want to see a panoramic view of the city, go up to the roof of the cathedral, which is an excellent viewpoint. Be prepared to pay higher prices than in other parts of the city due to the high tourist traffic in this district. Also watch out for quite a lot of pickpockets. From the Plaza de Catalunya, another representative street of Barcelona, La Rambla stretches almost all the way to the sea. The name means a stream, as centuries ago it was a small river with sewage flowing down. Today it is a lively street where something is always happening. Performances by various artists, numerous stores, boutiques, cafes and bars are just some of the attractions of this street. At the beginning of the promenade you will see the Font de Canaletes, a charming fountain. According to legend, if you drink water from it, you will return to Barcelona many more times. It is also the place where soccer fans begin celebrating their team's victories. The street ends with the Columbus Monument. For a small fee, you can go inside and enjoy a panoramic view of the city from the height of about 50 meters. An extension of the street is the Rambla del Mar Pier. Locals recommend this place for an evening relaxation with a glass of good wine. Mercado de Beccaria is located about halfway down the promenade. This is a world-famous market that impresses with its atmosphere and the products on offer. Here you will get the freshest seafood, fish, vegetables and fruit of exceptional beauty and taste, meat, cheese and many other delicacies. Everything beautifully arranged encourages you to shop. You can taste the local specialties and also learn how to prepare them because there are various demonstrations and culinary events held here every day. During tasting, take a look at the hall itself. It was built in the mid-19th century, although people have been trading here continuously since the 13th century. The city is famous not only for its architectural monuments but also for its numerous parks. Among the most popular are Parc Güell and Parc de la Ciutadella, meaning the Citadel Park. The Citadel Park is located on the site of a former fortification, not far from the sea coast. It is one of the oldest parks in Barcelona, established in the 19th century. In addition to magnificent flora, there is a large fountain with many interesting sculptures, a zoo and a lake where you can enjoy a boat trip. There are also a lot of buildings with interesting architecture. For example, Castel dels Tres Dragons, designed especially for the World Exhibition which took place in Barcelona in 1888, and many sculptures, among which a life-size mammoth stands out. The park is a little less well known among tourists, which will allow you to enjoy this exceptionally charming corner of the city without crowds. Most tourists only visit Parc Güell in Barcelona, which was designed by the famous Antonio Gaudi on commission of UCB Güell. It was supposed to be a stylish and luxurious park and actually a garden city where the Barcelona aristocracy was to live and relax. The plan was only partially successful. This amazing park was created but only a few constructions were completed from the residential estate. Since 1922, the area is a city park. The park is divided into 3 zones: forest, monumental and regulated ones. You can visit the first 2 free of charge, and for the third one, where the most interesting objects can be found, you need to buy a ticket. It's best to do it in advance through the website because that way you will avoid queues. The park itself impresses with its lush greenery and unusual constructions, most often decorated with mosaic. Among the most important structures are a stone wall with 7 gates and the sculpture of El Drac, meaning the dragon, although some say it looks more like a lizard. You will be intrigued by the hyperstyle room called the Hall of 100 Columns, although there are really 86 of them. In the Plaza de la Naturalesa you will see the world's longest bench. It is as long as 110 meters and is decorated with colorful mosaic. You can walk around the park for a really long time, but don't forget to visit Gaudi's house, which is located nearby. Today it is a museum dedicated to the architect. There you will not only see souvenirs but also furniture designed by him. The Labyrinth Park, or Parc del Laberint de Horta, is little known though very interesting. It was opened already in 1791. The main attraction of this place is the labyrinth, but there are also pavilions with sculptures and various details reminiscent of the ancient history of Barcelona. The park can hold 750 people at a time and entrance is paid, so you may have to wait to get in. When visiting Barcelona, it's hard to miss the FC Barcelona soccer club. Residents and many fans consider this club the best in the world. For the Catalans, this club is a true sanctity as it symbolizes their dreams of independence and separation from Spain. Even if you are not a soccer fan, the club's headquarters and the famous Camp Nou stadium are worth a visit. Camp Nou is Europe's largest stadium in terms of capacity. It can accommodate 100,000 people. Also visit the museum where you will learn about the history of FC Barcelona. You will see the trophies won by the club and the most important and popular players on multimedia exhibitions. In a dedicated store you'll be able to buy souvenirs related to the club. The selection is huge. The store offers sportswear, scarves, backpacks, posters and even snacks in club packaging. Spain is famous for its wonderful beaches. In Barcelona you can also relax on the seashore after a full day spent sightseeing. This is encouraged by numerous beaches which are usually well maintained. Barceloneta is one of the most beautiful beaches of the city. On summer weekends it can be very crowded, therefore any other beach would probably be a better choice. At Barceloneta Beach you can sunbathe and enjoy swimming, although that is not all that it has to offer. It's also a great place for kite and windsurfing. There are also numerous bars and pubs offering food and drinks. The charming beach of Icaria can be a bit less crowded. Here you can also enjoy a wide range of restaurants too. Residents not only relax here but often celebrate or play sports. If you're already planning your trip, you can find accommodation and tickets to attractions on the spot in the links under the video description. You can also order a card for cheap payments abroad the same way. Press the bell and subscribe to our channel if you want to receive notifications about new episodes. Have a nice trip.